Hello, beautiful people. Welcome. If this is your first time here, welcome back to Shelle's Closet. I know that I am late. I apologize for that. I had to take care of some. I had to take care of some family business. Thank you for joining me. Tonight's topic is getting out of our comfort zone. If you are here, don't forget to subscribe to the red button if you are on YouTube and subscribe to the purple or hit the purple follow button if you are on Twitch. Also, if you are on YouTube, go up and visit the community tab and vote for your favorite song you want to hear me sing this coming Saturday. We are ending the 60s and we are getting ready to go into the 70s. Okay. I gotta light my candle. It's a peace and tranquility candle. Oh yeah. Oh, peace and tranquility. I usually light it before, but I'm running late, so I don't want to do that. Okay, so I didn't get to light it. Didn't get to light it. So there we go. This has been a pretty emotional week for me. Those of you who don't know, I tested negative for COVID. Um, it's been emotional because I know a lot of people who passed away. I know a lot of people who still have complications. All I have is a trauma that I experienced. Anyway, hi Jamela. Um, I wanted to talk about getting out of your comfort zone, mainly because I survived the pandemic. Um, First, let me give y'all my disclaimer. If you come to this live, you are giving me permission to broadcast your screen name. If you come on to the actual live, you are giving me permission to broadcast you out on my YouTube as well as your YouTube. There will be curse words. Every view that express from my mouth is mine, and I'm going to say it with my chest and stand 10 toes down behind everything that I say. Um, that's all I got to say. That's all. That's my disclaimer. Um, but I want to talk about getting out of your comfort zone mainly because one, COVID was the worst and scariest thing that I've ever experienced in my entire life, and if you've been watching, I've experienced a lot of shit in my life. Two, I realized that um, people become comfortable in the situations that they are in because they don't know that they can obtain better or that they deserve better. They just feel like they get whatever they get. They take whatever they can get, or they're just not shown the way to get better. And then I think I'm on number three. Is just we are currently surviving a global fucking pandemic, and if you are not living your best life right now, you are wasting time. Hi, Auntie Ducky, how are you? Um, so that's what we're gonna talk about tonight. Getting out of your comfort zone. Uh, I'm gonna keep saying this. We're currently in a global fucking pandemic. If you haven't taken the time to realize, like, okay, I haven't accomplished anything in my life. I'm not speaking about me because I'll get there. But if you look at your life and be like, damn, I haven't accomplished anything I set out to do when I got grown or at any point in my life. Like I haven't graduated high school, I haven't graduated college, I'm not working at the job I want to work at, I'm not laying next to who I want to lay next to. If you can look at your life and say that I want you to by the end of this life, I want you to have made up in your mind that you are going to live your best fucking life from this moment forward, right? At any time, whether you go out, whether you wear a mask, whether you're vaccinated, whether you're not vaccinated, at any time, something can happen to you and it could change your life. I don't want you to have that, oh, I shoulda, I coulda, I woulda, I wish. When right now is ample time, space, and opportunity for you to accomplish everything that you could have possibly accomplished in your life. I hear people say often, don't put me in no box. I don't want to be in no box. Hi, Tamika. Don't put me in no box. And then when you think about your comfort zone, it's a box. It's a box that sometimes we put ourselves in, and sometimes other people put us in it. But it ultimately, all of the decisions in our life ultimately come down to, and I'm going to say that, yeah, fucked up shit happened to us in our lives, but it's up to us to determine if that fucked up shit is going to be the determinant factor of how we live. Like if you had a fucked up childhood and you grow up and you out here being a fucked up adult, you chose that life. You chose it because you know, like you, when you fucked up shit happened to you, you mind. It's like I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be out here being fucked up to other people, especially when they don't deserve that. Like if you do something fucked up, you know you do something fucked up. That's why I said, I think it was last Sunday or one of the other Sundays. What happened to adults or what happened to accountability? Like, did they just stop teaching that? Hi, Island Girl. Did they just stop teaching that? Or was they ever teaching it? Like morals and values, like what happened to that? Like if you make a mistake, it's like, okay, I made a mistake, like own up to it. Hey, I fucked up. I know I fucked up. I need some help. We don't even ask for help anymore. It's just like we either feel like people should know that we need help and they should do it. And then when they don't do it, then we mad at them. But we never told them that we needed help. Um, I might have a cough. I might cough throughout this. I'm just gonna say that because I felt it coming up. It's the only thing that's lingering from my COVID experience. But like that's why every video, every live, everything that I do, I always say it is so important for you to use your words. I don't know if your upbringing or where you, this is not to like tell you you had a shitty upbringing, but I'm just saying like I don't know if your upbringing they didn't value your words, or now that you are older you don't use your words, or you just think like people are gonna telepathically think like, hey, I know what she want, or I know what he want, or I know what they want, but we don't know how to do that. Some of us don't. We need you to speak your words. I say that all the time because people um do not open their mouths. And I feel like some of it's because they don't know how to, and some of this because it's pride. You're prideful. I'm not gonna take accountability for what the fucked up shit I did. Instead, I'm gonna go do some more fucked up shit, and then I'm just gonna blame my childhood. At some and start accepting accountability. And this is important when you get out of your comfort zone. Because if you're in your comfort zone, like I was just having a conversation with my mother. That's why I was late. I was taking my mom to get something to eat. Um, I love my mom. Um, I was just having a conversation with her, and I was saying, I remember when I was growing up and people weren't so eager to wear the same thing. Like you could walk in a building and everyone had on different clothes, different shoes, everybody was different. But now it's like everybody has the same everything. Like nobody wants to be different. Everybody just wants to be loved, appreciated, cool, whatever it is. Like there's no individuality anymore. Like that's a rare thing. And so I was like, you know, my mom is my mom is doing excellent. Like I told y'all, she only had fatigue, so she's doing great. She was more concerned about me. Everyone was more concerned about me because I COVID did me the worst. Is what I'm going to say. Did me the worst. But I was saying like I was talking and like if you have a t-shirt business, this is not a knock against you, but this is what I'm going to say. I was like, why is it like one person have a t-shirt business or have buy a t-shirt press and start making t-shirts, and then next thing you see is like 20 other people doing t-shirts. Even like y'all remember back when people was like selling dinners on Facebook, and then it was like one person selling dinners on Facebook. Now it's 50 other people selling dinners on Facebook. Like, how come? What happened? Like, even in the startup world, like most people, like you hear about other people when they start a business, they like start an app or they starting something that's like something. But when it comes to African Americans, the people of color, they already know what business you're gonna start. You're gonna either have a daycare, a beauty salon, a lawn care, or a t-shirt business. Those are the businesses that most people of color. And I'm just sitting here like, but we are bigger than that. We are more than that. We are more than just stylists. If that's your profession, let me say this. I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying there's more to life than just that. Like, what happened to people wanting to go to school to be accountants? Um, what happened to people going to school to like makeup artists? Like, what happened to different uh jobs? Different, like, what happened to it? Like, what happened to people wanting to be different? And then I started to think about, we've been locked in for a whole year, and then this is like 9 months we've been out of being locked down or whatever. And it's like people are still trying to find themselves. So while you're trying to find yourself, I want to encourage you to step outside of your comfort zone. Like, if you only worked at restaurant jobs all of your life, try doing a telemarketing, or try doing a call center job. Try doing something different. Like, this is the greatest time to try to do something different. Like, if you've been in a relationship with your high school sweetheart, or you've been in a relationship with somebody you grew up with off the block, or you just been in a situation and you're only there because there's people in it. Like, now is the time to stand up 10 toes down and be like, I deserve better. I don't know if we just don't feel we are capable of getting better, or I don't know, but I'm here to encourage you that you are worth more. I'm here to encourage you that the boundaries that you set, your comfort zone, the box that you're in, life is so much sweeter on the other side of that. And I'll use my own self as an example, right? Um, I always knew when I was in elementary school and they were like, "Hey, what do you want to be when you grow up?" And I was like, "I want to be a pediatrician." I didn't understand what I was saying at that time. I just know I wanted to work with, I was a doctor. I wanted to work with kids. I wanted to make sure that kids were healthy and they were good, and all of that, right? And so then when I was 18 and all of those medical things happened to me, I was like, I don't want to be a pediatrician anymore, because I don't know I don't know how they do it. Like, I don't know how you look at someone and say your child has cancer and it's terminal. Like, I don't know how. I just, ooh, that's a lot for me. And so for me at that age, like when I was going through it and I couldn't walk and I couldn't talk, and I was like, I can't that to deliver that news. Like, I know I can't be a police officer where you have to go and tell someone that their family members. That's not me. That's not I can't be that. I be having a hard time telling my family members or telling people around me the truth. I tell them the truth, but I have a hard time because some people aren't receptive when you have to tell them the truth, and you be more concerned with how they're going to take it. But since COVID, I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna tell you what I need to tell you, and we gonna move on. But that just wasn't for me. Like, you're young, you like, I want to be a police officer, or I want to be a firefighter. And then as you get older and you start understanding what those people do, and you started understanding how it is, you're like, oh no, I don't think I want to do that. But like, even when you're younger and your parents putting you in, like, I don't know if parents do this anymore, but this is what I'm saying. Like, this is why I think like I grew up in a different time. Like, parents putting their kids in piano lessons, gymnastics, karate, all of those different things. Like, even I said to my mom, like, even sending me to predominantly white schools, um, fostered in me the ability that I can do whatever I fucking put my mind to. Like, anything that I say that I want to do, I have literally done it. Like, I was talking to someone this week, and it was like, what is it that you want to do? I said, I've literally done everything I ever wanted to do in life. So now I have to sit back and figure out, what am I going to do now? Because I've done everything I wanted to do. I didn't anticipating, like I want to travel the world. And then you travel the world and it's like, what do you want to do after that? I don't know. Uh, I want to start my own business. You start your own business and your business being successful. Then it's like, okay, do you want to branch out? Do you want to have other locations? Do you want to do brick and mortar? Is or just virtual? Like, are you doing virtual and brick and mortar? It's so many different things that you don't even think about. But back to my comfort zone, right? So I said I wanted to score a documentary. I'd already been in touch with the people that was going to like assist me with it, but I didn't know. Like, time passed, you'd be like, oh no, forget it because they didn't call me or whatever. But if you work hard, you have to work hard. Hard work is the key to getting outside of your comfort zone. But that's another thing that I've come to realize. Have y'all seen how many jobs are hiring now? Like I love Popeyes. I do. I went to the Popeyes here, and she was like, people were just walking off the job, so it was just her, it was the manager, and it was the cook, and all of the other people just walked off. And I was like, wait, what? During the middle of your shift, she's like, yeah, people don't want to work anymore. COVID like changed the quarantine changed people's perspective. It's like, why do I have to work when you're gonna give me 15 stimulus, or unemployment check, child earn, like all of these different things. And for me, I was just like, man, like people are so comfortable with the bare minimums. I am going to say this, right? And y'all hear me saying this. I will never be comfortable with the bare minimums. Never. Never. Not especially knowing that I can have more, like I can do more. Like when I was laying in the bed in my current COVID situation, I was like, you know what? I have asked the last couple of years of my life. That's accountability. Accountability. I have asked it. And when I said that, I was just looking like I was successful in doing half ass shit. And then I was like, but I know that I'm worth more than that. Like I know that I can give more than that. And I do that. And I said, I was comfortable. I was comfortable. No, I didn't have to give a full 100% because people was just happy with my half asset. And I'm talking in business, not anything else. I'm just talking in business. And then it was just like, the COVID thing, and then it was just like, no, if I get up, when I get up. First I said if, then I said no, when I get up, I'm going 100% at everything. Because if I could half-ass it and not be successful, imagine how it would be if I give 100% that. And then this whole year happened, and then I gave 100% to the stuff that I knew. Like I said, I wanted to have 7 streams of income. I keep looking over here because I keep looking at my whiteboard. I want to have 7 streams of income. I created 7 different things I knew I was good at. 7 different things that I knew that I was skilled. I knew that I could make money in those areas. I 6 of those things I tested. I tested 6 of them. I'm going to test another one this coming week, and that will be 7. Then all I have to do is automate the process of all of those, right? That took me getting outside of my comfort zone. I'm gonna tell you, um, I grew up in a predominantly I'm black, so I grew up in the hood. I was gonna say predominantly black. I grew up in the hood, but I went to predominantly white schools for schooling, right? So I had 2 dynamics. I had the hood, and you know how to survive when you're in the hood, and then I had the white world. Yes, I said white world. So it taught me how to take my hood ideas and turn them, professional. Not saying that they was professional, but y'all get what I'm saying. So as I began to like excel in a predominantly white environment, I would come back to the hood and talking and sharing my ideas like, hey, I'm going to the opera, I'm doing all of this stuff. And then it was like, you think you better. You talk proper. You think just because you go like it what I was excited, like, I'm excited because I'm excelling, but it got turned into now we feel some kind of way because you doing better than us. And I'm saying this because maybe you are surrounded by people that make you feel like shit because you want to start your own business or because you are in a happy relationship or you're happy in your relationship or because you are going to school, or because you're doing something better than them. So I began to dim my own light. Like I told y'all last night, I think it was last night or last Sunday, I told y'all, like, I dimmed my own light, right? Because I didn't want the people around me to feel like they weren't doing shit. When in reality, so I turned my light down. I wasn't celebrating my accomplishments. I wasn't doing anything. I just became normal. Just ain't like everybody else. I wasn't bragging on the stuff that I did. I wasn't striving for more because it's like I'm gonna go and do this, and then you're gonna feel some kind of way, and then I'm gonna hear about it all the time. It's like a cycle that happens. And so then what happened happened, and I started to think about my life. I started to think about myself and was like, I spoke to someone who wanted to invest in my business, and they were talking to me, and it was like, you need to surround yourself with more people that are where you want to go. And I said, that is so crazy because I literally just said that to myself. I need to put myself back in those environments. Like I literally took myself out of the environments of entrepreneurship, networking, all of those things because I was more concerned about the situation that I was in than I was about excelling. And that's why I say when you turn your light, when you dim your light, you become complacent. You become you just be comfortable in your comfort zone. So I'm talking to her and she was like, yeah, you need to, change your environment. And she was like, what happened? And I was like, well, um, I'm an eagle, but I've been clucking with chickens for so long, I forgot that I could just extend my wings and fly. When I said that, sorry, as I told y'all, it's been an emotional week. When I said that, it was like a flood of emotions just came, and then that's where I connected, like being in the hood and going to white schools and like being learning different ways. It wasn't about being better, it was just learning different ways of how to handle things. And so when I said that, after I said that, and was talking to her, and I was just like, I'm trying to keep my composure because this is somebody that wants to invest in my business. So I'm trying to keep my composure. But the moment that Zoom call ended, I cried. I cried. And then I looked and I thought about I looked at my whiteboard and I thought about all the things that I've accomplished in my life. All of the from the scoring of the documentary, which is still streaming on HBO Max. It's called Growing Up Milwaukee. From that to my businesses, um, to even doing YouTube and just walking, just sharing who I am with other people and like not lying about it, like just telling the truth and just sharing that. And then I thought like I've already came out of my comfort zone. I've been out of my comfort zone for a while now, but I literally like like we step out of our comfort zone, we put one foot out and then we be like, okay, if this don't work, I'm gonna go back in here. But me, I was like, you know what? Fuck that. So much shit happened to me in my life. Fuck that. I'm jumping off this cliff. There's a meme or something that Steve Harvey say, just jump. I'm like, I'm jumping off this cliff. I know I'm gonna land on my feet because I mean I've always been able to recover from anything that has happened. So I was like, I'm leaving my comfort zone. I got out of it. I set that bitch on fire and I walked away. I did my Angela Bassett waiting to exhale, walk away when she said, oh, that's up. I walked away. And I'm going to tell you this, right? I've been living my best life ever since. Ever since I walked out of my comfort zone, I've been living my best life ever since. I'm going to tell you something that's important to life outside of your comfort zone. And that's having a community full of people that love you, that will tell you the truth, that will hurt your feelings, that will support you, that will be there for you. That's what we all need to surround ourselves with. So you have people in your crew and you be like, this how you test it out. Hey, reach with us. Um, this how you tell it out. Test it out, right? If you tell your friends like, "Hey, I'm thinking about starting a business," right? Those friends that be like, "Why you want to do that?" Or what made you want to do that? Like you gotta, I'm gonna say, those people that are around you, the people that's for you, and the people that's not for you. And you probably been thinking of for a minute, like, y'all need to cut some people off, but they've been there for so long. They had my back. I'm gonna ask you this question, right? If you really think about the people that you are surrounded by right now, if anything happened to you, will they really be there? Like I be telling the people around me, I said, you have to really ask yourself the questions. Like, if I really got to the point where I was homeless, who would let me stay at their house? If I really got to the point where do you really surround yourself with the people you surround? Is it because y'all can smoke and drink or party or turn up and go out? Or is it because whenever you need to have a pity party, you know that you can call this person and they're going to be right there with you? It's like, it's 2021, right? We are surviving. I've literally survived. We are surviving a global fucking pandemic that's taking people out, disabling people, all of these different things. Do you really want to continue to live your life like that? Do you really want to continue to only hang out with this person because you grew up with them and y'all experienced some things in the hood? Or do you really have a relationship? Like that's another thing, right? With comfort zones, right? We surround ourselves with people that we're comfortable with. Like we know we don't have to do anything more. Like they don't require anything more out of us. I'm currently surrounded, like my whole entire circle has changed, which is crazy. But my entire circle has changed. Like I have people that has been there since the beginning, and I only have like two of those. Only two. Everyone else moved to another state. So, but right here, I only have two of those that has been with me for forever. And when I tell you ride or dies, I mean like I don't expect them to die, but they've been there with me. And everyone else has been at the time when I needed them, and they've supported me through some of my darkest times and some of my brightest times. They've been right there. When I said I want to score a documentary, people was like, "You could do it, girl. What you need? What do you need from me? What do I need from you?" I'm like, "I don't need. How do you gonna? I don't know." And then when I got into scoring a documentary, I called my brother. I'm like, "Hey, um, I need to upgrade my logic because this logic not working." He's like, "Okay, here's this information. Go ahead and do it." Upgraded my logic. Like it's like I realize. This is why I say, it may be pride that keeps you from asking for help. Because I realized that I was prideful. It wasn't prideful like, "Ooh, I'm not gonna take." It was prideful where it was like I felt like I could do it myself. Like anything that I couldn't do myself is like I didn't feel like I needed to do it. But then I started looking at life differently. I'm telling you, the different perspectives. I started looking at life differently, and I was just like, no, if I need help, I'm going to ask for help. If I know that, if I know that, like I have, I'm experienced when it comes to like software engineering and all of that stuff. I'm up to a point. When I know that I got myself to that point, I'm going to reach out and go to someone who can take my idea further. Me, I'm definitely gonna ask. Like I was down with COVID. My auntie's in here. She bought me some vegetables. Like people were, I put it out there. Like, hey, I didn't make it to the grocery store. I had planned to go the weekend, but I couldn't because I got COVID. People started showing up with water and cranberry juice and all kinds of stuff, and I was just like, that's the kind of that's the kind of insulation I want around me. Like, I don't want, oh, I'm praying for you. This is no knock to you. I'm praying for you, people, but do more than just pray. Like, you are human. Like, do more than that. Like, they weren't like, oh, I'm praying that God sends somebody to bring you some water. Or I'm praying that God magically drops some, excuse me, food or vegetables at your house. No, they pulled up over here. They had their mask on. My auntie and them, they were vaccinated, so they ain't had that mask. But they pulled up over here and brought me stuff to make sure that I was good. And for me, it was just like I could have just laid up in here and was like, I'm not gonna tell nobody what was going on with me, but that was scary for me. And I was like, no, I'm telling everybody, hey, listen, um, I don't know, like last night was really terrifying for me, but I just want you to know I love you. I was FaceTiming my brothers and they was FaceTiming me and we was talking throughout the night and they would fall asleep on me and I would be cool because it was like somebody was there with me. But like I I I have a new lease on life. And so I figure I'll come and talk to y'all about getting out your comfort zone because I've literally accomplished everything that I set out to do. Graduate college, start a business, fall in love, even though I didn't fall out of love. Y'all know what happened. Be loved, support people. I've done all of those things. And so now, like when the person was like, well, what is it that you want to do? And I was like, I just want to make sure that artists get money for their music. I want to make sure the people around me understand that they don't have to just settle for going to work every day. I'm gonna tell you this. If you are working a job and every morning you wake up and be like, damn, I gotta go to this fucking job. And you getting dressed like, I really don't want to fucking go to this job. That's just all you saying as you going, and then you go on a job and you do one of these moments. Hi, how you doing? Good morning. You put on that fake smile. I'm gonna tell you, you definitely don't want to continue doing that. You shouldn't want to continue doing that in 2021, and it's a global fucking pandemic. I think it's important for you to figure out what it is that you really want to do because I'm gonna keep it 100. I feel like most people just go to these jobs because of the money. That's it. You know, if that job wasn't, if you could find, if you could find a different job, a job that you actually like that paid you that much money, you wouldn't be at that fucking job complaining every day. You hate your coworkers, you hate the job, you hate everything about that job, but you go every day just so every week or every 2 weeks you can get that money. I said this the other week. I was like, some people is in relationships because they're comfortable there. You could be with the person that you with, and they ain't telling you to. They're not encouraging you to build a business. They're not encouraging you to follow your dreams. They like, long as you helping me pay these rent, take care of these kids. I don't care what you do. Some something like that. But the reality of it is if you're not with somebody that's encouraging you to be better, like if you at that job and you've been there for a long time and you haven't manager, head of HR, you haven't elevated in that business, that's why you stuck because you haven't grown. There's no growth. Like, most people be in relationships and then it's like, when we gonna get married? And that's like a growth, like girlfriend, boyfriend, um, engaged, married. Like that's something you look for. Like freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, high school, graduate, college. Like there should be growth. There should be like our lives is set to grow. But if you are in a box, you are in your comfort zone, you're not gonna grow. You're not gonna to get um to get outside of it because sorry, y'all, my is leaking and okay. I got a cup of juice right here and it's leaking on my desk. Um, we don't want to grow. We just be complacent. And then I started to think like I say, I am a advocate for therapy. It's very important that you go. And I know a lot of people be like, I don't want to go to somebody that's gonna be biased. I don't want to. Your entire fucking life, you've been around people that was biased. Your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother. You try to talk to them. Your parents don't want to hear you because then they feel defensive. You making them feel like they didn't do a good job raising you. They know they didn't do a good job raising you, but now they feel defensive and now they got to tell you how horrible of a child you was. Like nobody wants to take accountability for their actions. Like I I am an advocate for therapy. I feel like everybody should go to therapy. Some therapy. I'm not telling you to just go to therapy. I'm just going to say you need some type of therapy. We all need it. Some people have church and they go to church and they cast their cares on Jesus and the altar and then they feel better. And then sometime down the road they pick back up or something. I don't know. But you need some form of therapy. That's one thing I'm gonna encourage you. And then number two, I'm gonna encourage you to um look at your life, right? I know people don't feel like um the way they grew up have any effect on how they are as an adult, but I will tell you this, right? I say this, I've been saying this a lot lately. Like um I seen my grandmother, I seen my mother like live in silence. Like they're women, they can speak eloquently and all those, but I watched things happen instead of them like me, I would have been like, "Oh no, you're not getting away with that." Funny cuz I was anyways. But I would watch them and I they would be silent and I would say like, "You know what? Silence is like the independent, that's that I'm a strong black woman for me, like silence." And then I started thinking about it, it was like, nah, I'm not riding with the silence boat. I'm gonna have to go ahead and say it because I will watch as you will be silent. And then it's like things just get bigger and get bigger. And like people don't know how to leave well enough alone. Like, okay, you won. You won. Congratulations, you won. You don't have to go any further. But people, you give them, they have to go above and beyond. And for me, it's just like, people were used to me being silent. People were used to me not saying nothing, not responding. And so, this whole quarantine, COVID, all of this stuff that I'm currently going through, I was like, I'm done being silent. I'm done holding that shit in. I'm done causing more stress to my body. I'm done with all of that. Speak about whatever I feel I need to speak about. Now, as an adult, I know that what I say brings consequence. There's a consequence for everything that happens. There's a cause and an effect. There's, I know that. So I'm at the point in my life where I know that whatever I say, I will stand 10 toes down and say it with my chest. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it back. I'm open to a conversation about it. I'm also able to hold myself accountable for my actions and for the things that I say. I was so in my comfort zone. I was so in my comfort zone where I was just like, even like the whole how I got COVID or whatever. I was so used to like, okay, I don't want my mom to be on a bus, so I'm gonna get up early, I'm gonna take her to work, I'm gonna end my day. Like um I was literally like structuring my day around my mom's day. Literally. I was like, "Oh, I'm being a good daughter." That's what I would say all the time. I'm being a good daughter. I'm making sure my mother has a ride to work if she doesn't, and she has a ride home from work. And I was just thinking, like, wait a minute, all of my brothers have cars and they've never, like, they might go get her, they might take her, but why don't they? And so then when the whole COVID experience, I was just like, I don't have boundaries. I didn't have boundaries. Like you can call me, like I know I could just get in the bed and you could call me and be like, "Hey, I need you to run me here." I would get up and run you wherever you need to go. And I was like, "No, I'm no." And then I was talking to my middle brother, my favorite middle brother. I was talking to him and I was like, "You know what I realized? Like I always put I always put everyone else's I was comfortable putting everyone else's feelings above mine because that was what I did my entire life. I made sure everyone else was good before I even made sure. And I kind of feel like it became my role when I was like 8 or 9. Like that was just my role. That's just what I did. I wasn't able to like fully be a child because I was like making sure my brothers was good. Like I didn't have that opportunity. And so then I was just like, I need to set boundaries. And this is why I say people know how to do it. Like in theory, it was like, oh, you an adult, you should know how to do it. But in reality, it was like, how do you set a boundary? And then it was like, when someone asks you to do something that you know that you don't want to do, say no. And I was like, I have said no before, but I didn't really say no. It's like you like no, and then you continue on in the conversation, and somebody say something, and you be like, okay, you know what? It's just around the corner. When you really know you don't want to just go around the corner. So I just started, people started asking me to do stuff or calling me, hey, you want to do this? And I'm like, no. Hey, do you want to manage this artist? I'm like, no. All I want to do is music administration and make sure, hey, do you want to go here? I'm like, no. And no became, do y'all see how I look? When I said no, it became my new word, like no. Or I just be honest with how I'm feeling. Do you want to go here? No, I'm not comfortable. Like I had to be honest with myself. A lot of times we be like, I'm gonna be truthful and honest with other people, but the most important person you should be truthful and honest with is yourself. I was truthful and honest with myself, and I said I'm not ready to go outside and to be hanging out. I'm not ready for that. Like I literally just survived COVID, like literally. And that experience has definitely changed me. Definitely. Um so they were like, "Hey, are you coming to Texas?" And I'm like, "I really wanted to." Like before COVID, I was like, "Oh, hell yeah, I'm gonna be there." And then I got it, and then I just tested negative, and I'm like, I love y'all and I really want to go, but I can't. I know I'm not ready. Like I went to Target the other day. I while I was in here, I'm making a list. When you get sick, you want to clean your whole house, wipe the walls. Well, I don't know if that's what y'all do, but that's what I do. I clean, I get rid of stuff, put stuff in the garbage, wipe the walls. I do all of that. So I made a list of things that I need to get. And I was like, when I test negative, I'm gonna go to Target. And at first I was like, I'm gonna do, because Target got the little, you could put it in the back seat or your trunk. I was gonna do that, and I was like, no, I need to like not force myself, but I need to put myself in that environment just to see how. So I got my mask, my hand sanitizer, I got all that stuff. I go into Target. I can laugh about it now, but I was really freaking out. I was walking through those. I was like, yeah, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready to like be out with other people. And then you like coughs and sneezes, or just everything is magnified. So now you looking like this, like, okay. And a lot of people aren't wearing masks. So it's like, okay, this is too much. And I got a mask on. I got a good grade mask on. And I'm still up in there like, oh God, I need to go home. I need to go home. Then I came home and I'm like spraying and scrubbing, showering. It was a lot. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not ready to be outside just yet. I mean, I just took my mom, but I'm still in my truck. And I'm gonna tell you that I got this, spray my truck with disinfectant, let the windows down, let it blow throughout the van. I wipe it. I got Clorox bleach wipes, or not bleach wipe, disinfectant wipes, and I wipe everything down. Like I'm wiping it. I've been in here for by myself. I'm wiping doorknobs. I'm wiping everything down. I don't know. I, I just I just feel like I know you probably like, you just be rambling. I really don't. I'm just be trying to share with y'all my different experiences to provide y'all with like inspiration to step outside of your comfort zone. Like if you've never been with someone who has encouraged you to be better, if you've never been in an environment, like if you look at our families, if we look at our families, like how encouraging is our families? I'm grateful I come from a family that is very encouraging and that communicates. I am grateful for that. I am truly, truly grateful. I didn't realize how that isn't normal. Like families don't communicate with each other. Like I didn't know that wasn't normal. Like I thought my family communicates all the time. Like I thought that was a normal thing that families do, but that's not norm it's not normal in most cases. And so I just feel like sometimes we need to create our own communities or create I know like some families be weirded because you like create your own, you have another little family and they're like, we were here first and all of that. But I think it's time now for us to think about ourselves and surround ourselves with people that are going to inspire, uplift, hold us accountable, most importantly, love us through the journey of life. Cause life ain't easy. Like I was on a panel. Ray Love had a panel the other day, and it was like they were talking about stories, and I was just like, I don't have a coming out story. And it's like, what you mean? I was like, I don't know. I just always been able to do whatever I wanted to do. I was just living, being me. So I didn't know what it was like to come out. I don't know. So then when I was like realizing that coming out was a big thing, I started, I was on YouTube watching like coming out stories, and people were really emotional when they came out, when they tell other people, like, hey, I'm gay. And then some people responses would be real like, I knew that already. Or some people responses would be like, you're no longer my child and I don't want anything to do with you and get out and all of those things. And I didn't know like that was a real thing. And I didn't know that because I guess because my family was just like, okay, we don't love you any less. And for me, it was just like, oh, I mean, I never was like, hey, I'm gay. It's just like, she always doing her own little thing. She gonna always do her own little thing. I don't know. But when I listen to people like, so not like now when I'm the people around me, or like I've become a fairy gay godmother or something. I don't know, because all of the young gays just find me. I don't even know how it happens, but all of the young gays find me, and I'm just able. You have to live for you. I'm gonna tell you how to. You have to live for you. We're currently surviving a global fucking pandemic, and I know you want to make your parents proud. They lived their life already. They lived it. You want to be a role model for your brothers and sisters, and the only way I'm gonna tell you, the only and the best way you could be a role model for your brothers and sisters or whoever is to be you. Is to live the life that you want to live. Hold yourself accountable. Love. Be kind. Be positive. Share your experiences. That's what I'm gonna say. Share them. If you know that you had a little situation with drugs and alcohol or abusive relationships or relationships, period, share that shit. Like, don't sit by and watch. Like, I literally said this to someone. I will never, you can't say never, I'm gonna say it again. I will never sit by and watch as someone I love is self-destructing. I will never, anybody I love, I don't care who you are, I will never sit by and just watch and be like, damn, I wish they get their life together. Or I'm praying for you. Oh no, I'm gonna come find you. I'm gonna pull up on you. I'm gonna send you a message on Facebook to let you know that I really fucking care. I'm gonna let you know. You got somebody that love you over here. You don't have to you don't have to do that. You don't. And that's one of the main things that is missing is love. So a lot of people are doing shit because that's how they interpret love. And this is where I be saying to parents, like, you are your child's first everything. Literally everything. If you are a parent, you probably sitting there thinking right now, like I really am. You are the first person to teach your child what love is. You are the first person to show them what communication is, discipline them, right, what's wrong. Like, you are the first person to do that. So if you aren't in the time to love on your child, hug your child, tell them you love them, spend time with them, watch Disney Plus. You have teenage children, like play board games or just talk to them. Take them to the mall to get their nails done. Do something with them. Like, if you aren't spending time with them, that is important. And I'm going to say that because whether you believe it or not, someone out here will come in contact with your child and they will give them everything. And your child wouldn't see them for who they are, but you know who they are. They are predators. They're pedophiles. There are those type of people that will give your child everything, and that will in the back of their mind become love. And so now this is what love looked like to them. someone admiring them from the perspective that they shouldn't be admired from, but because, you know, my mom was always at work or my dad was too busy or no one ever paid attention to me. It's 2021. If you can look at your family and see so many stories of molestation, I'm gonna encourage you to get out of your comfort zone of keeping quiet or being silent. Think about the next generation. That's what I'm gonna say right now. Like, get out of your comfort zone. Getting out of your comfort zone and think about the next generation. If you have children, right? Think about your grandchildren. Think about your great grandchildren, or think about the lineages that's coming behind you. You want them to know that their voice matters. If I don't do anything else for my family, I know a bunch of things. I know that my matters. I know that I am loved. I know that I have the ability to stand that I say. I know how to hold myself accountable. I know morals and values. Like, things that are missing. Like, I don't know if you notice, but have you been paying attention? Like, there's a lot of insecure people. It's like, I remember when you could turn a person down and they would just walk away, or they would just be like, make a little leave. But now, if you turn a person down, you liable to get murdered or beat up, anything like that. And it's just like, for what? Like, if y'all saw, I think it was like Miami, the guy was trying to, she turned him down, and then her friends felt some kind of way, so he went to his truck and came back and aired out the whole restaurant. Yeah, I'm not trying to. mm, mm, I'm not trying to live that kind of life. Like, I don't know why people are so. I mean, I do know why people are defensive, because nobody really wants to be told that they fucking up. Nobody. I mean, I do prefer being told that I'm fucking up, so then I can get it. I can and get it right. Like, that's just me though. Like, if I know I did some fucked up shit to you, the first thing I'm gonna look at you and I know, like, not one of those like, oh, I ain't saying shit. It's just gonna be what it is. No, I'm gonna find you wherever you are. I'm gonna come to you and be like, hey, I'm sorry. That shit was fucked up. I was foul when I said whatever I said or whatever I did. I was foul. That shit was fucked up. Forgive me. I apologize. Forgive me. And if you don't forgive me, I'm not gonna be like, oh well, fuck you, all of that. I'm just gonna be like, hey, I apologize. Like, I'm telling you, I've been relentless shit from myself, not just because I've been apologizing or saying sorry, but just because I've been letting things that I've been holding on to for so long. And that's part of your comfort zone. Hi, King Loves. That's part of you being in your comfort zone. Like, if you're so used to people abusing you mentally, physically, emotionally, you're comfortable there. You know that you deserve better. You know that you want to strive for better. You know that you better, but you're just so comfortable where you are. And it's like, no, look at the fucking world we live in. Do you want to? I'm going to say this. If this was your last fuck on earth, what would you do? Would you still be in that situation? You'll be like, oh, well, God'll change it one day. And there's no knock the guy. Y'all know how me and God get out. But God will change it one day. If this is your last week to live, what would you do? Would you still be at that job? Will you still be in a relationship that you in just because, whatever reason it is? Would you still be living in the place that you live? Would you still be doing the same things that you was doing before this last week? I'm gonna tell you, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. If you knew that you had 1 week left to live in life, you would do every fucking thing you ever wanted to do, because now there's a time limit on it. There's a time limit. You wouldn't waste time talking to people. You wouldn't want to waste a minute or a second. You would live your life to the fucking fullest. You would do everything you ever wanted to do. And how do you know that? Because that's usually when people usually when people be wanting to live when they don't have the option to live anymore. Usually when you want to do right, when you don't have that option anymore. Like you think about, I know we all know somebody that's in jail or went to jail or something. Like a lot of people joke, like, okay, people find Jesus, Buddha, Allah, whoever, when they getting ready to go, they want to get married, they want to do all these things when they getting ready to go serve long, lengthy prison terms. Like that's gonna get them out of that situation when it's just like, you know what, I could have took that moment and thought before I went to did what I did. It's time to come out of your comfort zone. It's time to fucking live. Like I personally, like I live each day. Can't think about 25, 10, 15. I can't think about that. Like I have 7 streams income I want for 2021, and every day I get up and do something towards that. I wrote that. Like I can't think about that, but I know like today, 24 hours, I take it 24 hours at a time or as much time as I can. Every minute, second, and hour is spent making sure I have lived. Like if today is the last time I'm able to live stream, I've lived. I've shared the love. I've been positive. Sent a message to everybody that I needed to speak to. My parents, my relationship with my parents is so amazing. My relationship with my brothers, my nieces and nephews, the people around me, even you, the love and support that y'all show me, like I am okay. I've accomplished everything I set out to do in life. I am okay. If you can't say, okay, this is my last week on earth, I don't need to, really do anything else because I've accomplished everything in my life. If you can't say that, like, I guarantee you, if you had the option, if you had the, whoever you believe in was like, this is your last week on earth. So live it, live it wisely. Guarantee you will get you will expedite a passport. You be trying to go on a cruise. You be trying to go overseas. You'll be trying to, the love of your life. You'll be like, you know what? Hey, I appreciate you and the years that you gave me, but I got to go be with the person that I love. You will want to fight to be with them. You want to spend your last moments with them. Even if you with the person that you with, you will like want to spend all the time. You will want to get married. You will want to do all that. And you've been dragging your feet for 15, 20. That's why there's a such thing as common law marriage. And I'm only doing this because he would be like, I've been with him for 15, 20, 12, with her for 15, 20, 12 years, and we ain't never got married. She ain't never pressured me. At some point, you want growth. Like maybe you're comfortable with just being a girlfriend, boyfriend, or just being in that situationship, whatever it is. Y'all don't even have title. Relationships don't even have titles anymore. Like it's just, you know what's up, I know what's up. Why do anybody else need to know what's up? Hey, I ain't knocking what y'all do, but there should be some form of growth in life. Like if you've been here watching me for this last year, I have even surprised myself at how um I've grown. I was literally earlier today I was just sitting and I was just like, man, I really changed a lot. And it's definitely for the better, but I've really changed a lot. I've really grown a lot. Like, like you want to lose weight, right? And then you like, what you need to do to lose weight, but you would just be like, oh, these cake, cookies, and pies be so good. This McDonald's is just right here. It's so convenient. Or this Checkers or wherever you go, it's just so convenient. I could just pull up and they gonna give me food and then I'm gonna sit in the car and then I'm just gonna go. Like it's so convenient. It's so comfortable. It's so convenient for me to do. But in reality, it's like you don't want to get to the point where your body is now deciding. Like we voluntarily saying, okay, I could do that. But everything in you is like, go home and go to the grocery store, get you a little salad or get you something and then cook it at home. But you like, no, I could just pull right up here to this McDonald's and get everybody in the car. Give me 2 Happy Meals, a Big Mac meal, a Sweetie meal, it is. And then we going home, we going to eat, and then we going to go. It's 2021. We are officially, like, this is the last week of September, and we will officially be 3 months away from 2022. How do you want your year to end? How do you want the remaining time that is left in 2021? How do you want that to how do you want that to be spent? Do you want it to be spent with like, man, I know I deserve better. I know I can and do better. I know. Or do you want it to be like, yeah, I killed that shit. I said I was gonna start me a business. Even if you say you're gonna start a t-shirt business. Listen, I'm gonna talk to y'all for a minute, right? Get out of your comfort zone. If you know that 15 people on your block got a t-shirt business, do something else. Don't be the t-shirt business. Maybe be the vinyl supplier. Like figure out how you make vinyls for the t-shirts and start doing that. If you know like people want to do sublimation, like don't just be the t-shirt vendor, be the vinyl vendor or be the person that sells the t-shirts. You see what I'm saying? Like be something other than that. Like be like if you know people like to get like their hair done, like be the plug. That's it. Be the plug. Know where you could go to get the hair, the eyelashes, the makeup. Like be that. Be the plug. If you know 15, you and 15 of your friends, or not even 15, I'll be putting a whole large number on there. If you and 5 other people that's in your group, if all of y'all in a group and all of y'all are selling eyelashes, or if all of y'all are selling wigs, why don't somebody sell wigs, somebody sell eyelashes, somebody sell the makeup, somebody sell the brushes, somebody sell whatever else is with makeup, and now y'all got a full business. Everybody can come in, we could do that. They could refer you. Hey, you just got your wig done, but hey, you need somebody to do your makeup? My friend over here do it. Or you don't even gotta say my friend. You could say this business over here do it. Now you put that money in y'all community, right? It's a community and y'all all rocking with each other. Now y'all flying to Miami, Atlanta, wherever, California, wherever y'all turning up at. And y'all like, girl, we had a successful year. Look at us. We done all came up together. Like why it can't be like that? Like, or even if you know that your friend is a good consultant or good accountant or whatever, and you know that you doing the business that they doing, you doing somebody hair or makeup or whatever you doing, and somebody be like, hey, I need somebody to help me set up a business, and you know your friend know how about business, why don't you refer your friend? Hey, not even my friend. You could just say, hey, give the business name, your friend's business name, and say, hey, you should go check out this business over here. Now you are putting money in your community. That's why I'm saying it's important for you to have a community of people around you that love, support, believe in you. Not only just them pouring into you, but you do that for them also. Like you have surrounded by people that you know you can grow with. I don't want to be like when I said I was a ego clucking with chickens. It was like I was dimming my light, so I would tape my wings down so I could be down here with y'all because I don't want y'all to be like, oh, look at her up there flying. She thinks she. Now I'm like, I don't give a fuck if I'm up here flying and you ain't trying to figure out how to get up here with me. I'll show you the path how to get up here. If you need a little assistance, I'll let you fly on. Hop on the. I'll fly you up a little bit, but I'm not gonna take you the whole way. No, you got to get out your comfort zone. If you used to somebody doing something for you, somebody paying your bills for you, somebody paying your phone bill, somebody buying you food all the time, whatever it is, if you used to somebody doing that and you like haven't said to yourself, you know what, I think it's time that I take on this responsibility. I think it's time that I take on this accountability. Like get out of your comfort zone because as long as you are in your comfort zone or that box, you won't strive to be better. You'll just be comfortable with where you are. I got a job. It pays my rent. I said to somebody, I was like, you know what? I don't really care to do too much of anything right now. Everything like I love live streaming. I love like talking to my nieces and nephews, my brothers, my family. I love talking to my family. I love doing that. I love the podcast. I love all of the things that I'm doing. I love that. I love all of those things. And had I stayed in my comfort zone, had I just sat there and just been like, you know what? I mean, I reached the pinnacle of my life I would have just been comfortable where I was, trying to find a job, trying to work for somebody, knowing I don't want to punch the clock for somebody else. I would have just been doing that with dreams of owning my own business and dreams of all of that, traveling, doing all of that, dreams of it. When in reality, I could actually live. I could actually, when we tell people you can have whatever you want, people don't really believe that. That just sound good. Like when somebody we know is like, I don't know if y'all know this, but like, have you seen a lot of people be talking about how depressed they are? Like when somebody you know is depressed and you put on there, "I'm praying for you," or "Call me if you need me." They just told you that they needed you. They just said it. They just said, "I'm depressed." That was them saying, "I need you." So if I see something like that, I'm not gonna leave a status. I'm calling on the phone. I ain't pulling up because the situation, but I'll FaceTime them. I will most definitely FaceTime and let them know, "Hey, I'm right here. Did you eat? I'll DoorDash, Uber Eats. I'll get you some food over there. What else do you need? Did you go to the grocery store?" That's why it was important for me to be like, "Hey, um, I didn't get to the grocery store because somebody, bring me something. I got Cash App or whatever." And they was like, "Whatever. We just gonna drop you some stuff." My brother is the funniest, right? He dropped the stuff off on the porch, took a picture like the DoorDash, and was like, "The stuff is down there." I had to walk down my stairs. Oh, that was the worst. Um, but yeah, I really appreciate like all of the love and support. I'm just happy that I could say I am out of my comfort zone. I set that bitch on fire a whole year ago, and I just been out here. And since I've been out here, I've been half assing shit, and it's been successful. Half-assed. And not because I wasn't trying to apply myself. I was just really I'm really when I say I've been on this journey, I really been on this fucking journey. I want to say this is the most honest I've been with myself in my entire life. Cause like it's easy for us to lie to ourselves. Whether you believe it or not, it's easy for you to lie to yourself. I was lying to myself so much and was just looking like, why am I you'd be like, I would never do that. And then you see yourself like, I can't believe I did that to myself. I would, um, I wouldn't do it now. No, I was so not honest to myself. I was like, oh, I really love myself. When that reality hit me, like I don't really love myself, I was just like, damn, how long have I not been in love with myself? And then I realized that I got so comfortable doing for other people, helping other people, where it was just like, okay, I have to be able to tell you no. I have to set boundaries. I have to realize that it's okay to say no. It's okay to not be the go-to person, or it's okay to not spend all your money running around other people around. Like it's okay. And I had to tell myself that. And I had to tell myself, you don't love yourself. Okay, how do we go about loving ourselves? And as I was going through the process of loving myself, I was like, oh, this kind of feel good. So you mean to tell me, oh, I'm good. I'm good. Why didn't and then we always then it's always the classic, why didn't I do this before? And then you think about it, it's like it was signs that hey, you probably shouldn't, you probably should. It was signs. And that's why I say love yourself, know yourself, trust yourself. Like I'm saying these things to you not just because it sounds good, it's like a positive affirmation. I'm saying these things to you because these are real life things. Like it's important to use your words, and then it's important to pay attention to yourself. Because think about this, right? If you are a parent, like say you are the head of the household, right? If something happens to you, like you are the breadwinner, you make sure everything functions straight. If something happens to you, the people that are in your household suffers. And I'm not saying like suffer in a bad way because most people say suffering. I mean, I don't know how you can look at suffering good, but they will be affected by that. Let's say that they will be affected by that. So if you haven't like got insurance, if you haven't prepared your family, if you haven't spoken to your partner and said, "Hey, okay, let's I pay bills this month, you paid bills this month. So like if you haven't shown them how to be responsible, then they will definitely be affected by that. That's why it's like get out of your comfort zone. Like when I was growing up, like I had allowance, pay bills, or like go to the grocery store. Like I learned how to do all these things, like sort laundry. Do you know that people don't sort laundry? Like people would throw the whites in with the blues and then be wondering why they like, listen, it's important for you to step outside of your comfort zone. If you are a parent and you like, you know what, my parents raised me like this, so it was good for me, so it's gonna be good for my kids. Like step outside your comfort zone. If your parents never hugged you, hug your kids. If your parents never sat down and watch a movie with you, sit down and watch a movie with your kids. Like get out of your comfort zone. Like it was like, okay, this was cool for me, or even with like encouraging your kids to take a job. Like their first job should be McDonald's or Burger King or something like that. Why wouldn't you encourage your child to go be like a is it an apprentice, or go be a plumber or construction worker or something like that? Like something where they have a trade, there's a skill where they can use that skill for something else. Like be encourage encourage, love, support. I know I keep saying all these positive things, but we live in a world where it's negative anyways. Like we can be outside and just driving to the corner store and the police officer can find us and I smell weed, and we already know how life is outside of us. So I'm saying like in our families, in our households, if we can have that love, if we can have the encouragement to step outside of our comfort zone, it's like, oh, okay, you grew up in church, but I mean, I want you to be the next deacon, missionary, whatever. Like, why don't you encourage them to be the next Thurgood Marshall or somebody? Be just encourage people to be better. You in a relationship, look at your boo and be like, babe, you want to start a business? Babe, what you want to do? What you want to do with your life? They wanna own a mechanic business or whatever. Start looking at garages or like different places where they can hold it. Like start from this moment. I'm gonna encourage you to do this. From this moment forward, make the decision. I'm gonna get out of my comfort zone. Like you still have the key. You have the key. It's your comfort zone. So you have the key. So you just step outside of it. This week, just step outside of your comfort zone. I'm telling you, it will be the best decision you have made. Cause I know it's gonna be fear. You're gonna have a little fear because it's like you haven't did it before. Like I don't know what it's like, and we fear things that we don't know. Instead of us taking the time to understand the things that we don't know, we are afraid of it. We are. I think it's just something we are born with. I don't know. But step outside of your comfort zone. Like imagine if this week was your last week on earth. What would you do? Where would you go? Who would you talk to? Who would you not talk to? Who would you who would you want to spend your time with? Like think about that. I gave you a week, but like if you don't think about that on a daily basis, like if you just think, okay, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go to work, and you don't tell your family you love them, or you don't tell your partner that you love them. And I'm saying partner because I don't know I don't know who you love or whatever. So I'm saying partner. But if you don't like be mindful of that, because like at any time you could go to work, like the people we just celebrated 9/11. They just went to work like it was a regular day. And some of them never made it home. Some of them was even trapped in the rubble for day. Like you never know. Like you're being cautious as a driver. And somebody here in Milwaukee, they done had so many different people racing each other, and you never know. So if you're not spending your time doing the things that you love, spending it with the people that you love, what are you doing it for? Hey Ray, it's okay. We just here talking about getting out of our comfort zone. It's it's a fitness channel. It's a drink channel. It's all kinds of everything. I'm a callable nation. That's hilarious. I'm everything. I'm not just one person. I'm not just a workout person. I'm not just a musician. I'm not just a singer songwriter. I'm all of those things. And it's dinner and combo because it's usually what time people be eating. Hi Tanner, hi Spike. Like this is usually what time people be eating. I was like, hey, why don't I just call it dinner and convo? You eating dinner, we talking. Sometimes I be having dinner. I don't got dinner today. Auntie, I said my new favorite word is fuck. I said I gave us a disclaimer at the beginning of it. Thank you, Tanner, for letting me know that because I forgot to go. I usually would do that. I usually would change it, but I forgot. I changed it now. That's so crazy. Um, that's strange. Oh, I have to do it for mine. That's strange. I have a lot of um sorry y'all. Give me one moment. Okay. Um hi Pierre. Welcome back. Um I just want us to be like it's like I want us to be, but the reality of it is I can encourage you. Like, you know, they say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Like, I can encourage you to step outside of your comfort zone, and you can know you can be watching me right now and know that you need to step out of your comfort zone and know that you need to do better and step up and do more. But you're comfortable. I live in the Midwest, Pierre. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with this job because I know I got a steady source of income. I'm comfortable in this relationship because I know I know they don't love me like I want to be loved, but at least they be here. At least I don't have to sleep alone. At least I don't have to eat alone. But a lot of times people be eating alone anyways. But it's that. It's like I don't want to be my mama was single or my mama was in a relationship and I don't want that to happen to me. Like it be those things for me. Like we got to get out of our comfort zone. Like we got to just be ourselves. And if something I say or I can tell my story and share with you how I like this journey of healing and self-discovery has not been easy. It is actually one of the hardest things that I feel like I had to do, like set boundaries. You probably got a lot of boundaries. You probably got a lot of boundaries that you know that you ain't even standing strong on because it's like, well, you know, no, I'm standing strong. I'm saying whatever I'm saying it with my chest. And I keep saying that just because Kevin Hart. Say it with your chest. I say it with my chest and I stand on whatever I the time. Cause, Pierre secret never say it. I'm grateful for this little cough that I have because if y'all would have seen the coughing that I was doing before, boy, that was scary. That was really scary. Um, I'm sorry, I keep reading. We never heard you cuss as much. Hey, I cuss with the best of them. I mean, I always could. I just never did it. But that word, that F word, it brings me joy when I say it. And I want to say it earlier. I would have been saying it, but no. I just want us to get out comfort zone, especially because we are surviving pandemic, which has new vaccines, new variants, new mutations, new symptoms every fucking day. Every fucking day. There's somebody saying you should, saying you shouldn't. I was just saying, like, how come there aren't more channels, more videos of who have it or who had it, their experiences? Like, I seen a video, I watched a video, like, and it was crazy for me because I was like, like, this is crazy. I'm gonna go in my history and see if I can find it. But I watched it, and he was like, "Yeah, my wife, she had it, and she just had fatigue. Same thing with my." And he was like, he had a fever, and then he had chills. He started coughing up mucus, and then he said he went to the emergency room. And he said, that he had double whatever, he had pneumonia in both of his lungs, and they said they put him on oxygen, and then he said he went through the whole thing, and he was just like, and he said, this the thing that got me. He's like, I'm 31, and I was like, "Yeah, that's so strange," because I'm like, I'm 41. I thought it was my mother. I didn't want her to be, but I thought it would, she was older. So, I thought it was gonna get her. But then that was me in my mind, like, I'm 41. It ain't going, I work out, I've been juicing, I've been doing all this, it ain't going. And when it got me, boy, whew, it got me. And that's why I'm like, why don't they tell more people that it affects everybody differently? And so I was like, y'all know this channel here is like, whatever I can share with you, whatever I can tell you, my experiences, whatever, I'm gonna tell you. Cause I wish like people would have told me. I wish somebody would have been like, hey, it affects everybody differently. Like my mom just was tired. Me, I I had everything except for I didn't lose my sense of smell and I didn't lose my sense of taste. But dizziness, headaches, coughs, loss of appetite, um, fatigue. Ooh. Then I started learning that I was allergic to different things. It's just like when they told me like you're allergic to acetaminophen, and I was like, you mean Tylenol? They was like, yeah. I was like, I've been taking Tylenol all of my life, like all of my life, and now I'm just allergic. Like I've been eating ice cream, yogurt, dairy all of my life, and like now I'm just allergic. And then I started thinking like, what if I've been allergic all of my life and I didn't put one and two together like, hey, you're having an allergic reaction. Maybe I was just like, oh, well, I know I can't eat that kind of ice cream no more, or I don't know. It was the weirdest thing, but I'm grateful. I am grateful to have tested negative. I'm not ready to be all out and turning out, hanging up. I don't hanging up, hanging out. I don't do that anyways, but I will get there. I will get there where I can be a social butterfly again. But right now, I'm in the house. I got out of my comfort zone, right? I'm gonna tell you how far out of my comfort zone I got. I mean, I've definitely been out. But I've been paying for Hulu, Netflix. I've been paying for all of these subscription services, and I just realized like I never actually sat down and watched anything on them. I've been watching so many movies, so many documentaries. Like I watched the Rick James. If I can't tell y'all now because that's gonna come in my video this week. But that Rick James documentary on Showtime, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm telling you, I don't know. Like it seemed like soon as I get ready to actually do something, I be just coughing, coughing, coughing. But when I'm not doing anything, don't no cough come. Nothing. I tell you, the body is an amazing thing. The body is truly a truly amazing thing. Um, but I got out of my comfort zone with like sharing where I am at personally, because like I told y'all way at the beginning, I was like, you know what? I'm like I've always taken care of myself. I've always done things for myself. But this last year I find myself sharing more about what's going on with me personally. And the more I share with other people, the more that they are able to tell me their stories and their experiences. And I'm just like, okay, like I'm divorced right now, right? I've heard all of these stories, watched all of these stories about like horrible divorce. Like divorce is the most worstest isn't even a word, but the worst thing you could ever experience. And then I'm just like, here I am divorced, and I'm just like, but I didn't have that. Like, oddly enough, I've actually been celebrating divorce. And when I say celebrating, like I feel like it was a new lease on life. Like it was sort of messy, but it wasn't really messy, but it was messy. And it has definitely given me a new lease on life. It definitely helped me to understand um that I definitely took a lot of shit that I should have just left where it was. It definitely helped me to know like I devalued myself. That's what I'm gonna say. I definitely devalued myself. I definitely found that confidence that I had before. I definitely learned. Like that's the most important thing I want you to know. Anything that you go through in life, is to learn from it. Like if you ever been in a situation and you get into that situation or that same situation again, it's the universe, God, Buddha, Allah, whoever you believe in, trying to tell you there is something that we are trying to teach you. So from this, I learned so much. I've learned so much. Some stuff I was blinded by love, so I was just like, no, I just, and I learned that I was blinded by love and I had to accept that. And I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna have to take that L. I'm gonna take that L and I'm gonna take that one on the chin. But I learned from it. And when you learn, when you know better, you do better. Well, you should. But some people don't because they're comfortable. I don't want to be comfortable. I don't want to be comfortable. I said that to myself last year. I don't want to be comfortable because when you get comfortable, you start getting lazy. You start like just accepting whatever. I don't want to be comfortable. I was comfortable for a long time in my life. I'm not comfortable anymore. And I say a long time is just because that was before I went to therapy. I'm telling you, therapy will definitely change your life. Like, even if you don't go to therapy, let me tell you this, right? Get to the root of why things are. Like, if you like, I don't trust people, so and so did this or they did this. You don't trust the person you just met. You just met them. So you don't really know them to not trust them. It's something that happened when you were growing up or something happened to you in your life before you met that person that caused you not to trust. And it is that thing that you need to get to the root of. Like, I don't know if y'all ever watched on YouTube. It's called Soft White Underbelly, right? And a guy, he interviews like pimps, he interviews um like drug addicts, prostitutes. He interviews everybody on his channel, right? And so there was this one girl, her name was Amanda, and she was talking about like how she, got to where she was or whatever. And he showed the progression from the first time she came to talk to him up until like the last time, but he showed the progression of, he shows their progression, their stories. He just lets them talk and he asked them questions. And I watched like multiple things, and a lot of the people say things from their childhood happen. Like things happen in their childhood and they turn to this. I turned to this to help me deal with the things that happened from my childhood. I want to encourage you to turn to healing instead of anything else. Like now, sex is at an all time high. Like everybody, oh, I gotta have sex. I gotta have sex, 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 sex. But the reality of it is sex is only adding more to what you already need to heal from. So if we take this opportunity, like right now, like if they was like, you know what, um, we can't get a handle. Like the numbers are going back up. There's a surge in people that is getting affected. Like we need to shut it down again. There's multiple variants. We can't keep track of everything. Let's shut it down again. Are you prepared for that? Are you prepared to be in your house with whoever is in your house for the next however long they say? Are you prepared for that? I want to encourage you to get to the root of the get to the root of it, right? Get to the root of why you feel like you have to have multiple women or multiple men, or get to the root of why you feel like you need to party every weekend, or get to the root of why you drink or why you smoke or why you even do anything you do. Get to the root of that. Like, is it, do you have, are you just with this one person because you saw your mama stay with your father, and like why do you do what you do? Like, get to that root. Like, if you whoop your kids, like, why do you whoop your kids? If you know your kids aren't bad, why are you whooping them? Like, there's so many different questions I feel like we need to ask ourselves that we don't ask ourselves. Because when you ask yourself, like, why are you doing this? You have to answer that question. You literally have to answer it. You don't have to answer it out loud. Like, girl, why you doing this? Girl, because, or bro, why you doing that? Because, bro. Like, you need to ask yourself that question. Like, you probably don't want to be out here running through women like that, but something happened to you, and you have to feel like that's what you have to do to be a man. Like, if you are a woman and you are allowing a man to, like, toughing up, like, beat up on your son, or put all of these things in their head, like, that's not going to make them be a man. That's not going to make them be tougher. It's actually going to cause them to have something on the inside of themselves, because now they're going to grow up and be like, oh, I gotta wear these kind of clothes, or I gotta talk like this, or I gotta do this because I won't be looked at as a man. Like, you see, it all plays a part in everything. Get out of your comfort zone. You're not even comfortable in there. You're just there. You probably look at yourself in the mirror. I don't know if people are looking at themselves in the mirror, but you probably look at your phone and see a photo, take a photo. Like, perfect example, right? We didn't, y'all probably like, oh, y'all didn't have filters when y'all was growing up or whatever. Right. We didn't have the need for them because what the picture you took, we knew that was us. But now filters is everywhere. Like, now when you go to a photography studio, there's a little clause. I don't know if y'all even read the thing, but there's a little clause that say you can't put filters over the photos that I take, because nobody wants to be their original self. Like, you're not comfortable with looking at yourself in an original, like, you just snapped a photo. You're not comfortable because I guarantee you could see, oh, my hair was out of place. Oh, I got stuff on my eye. Got a little dry skin on my nose. My teeth ain't white. And then, oh, let's talk about this. This ain't what this is getting out of your comfort zone, but this is something I just was trying to figure out, right? When did it become popular to go, like, like, people will make fun of their grannies with dentures and stuff like that. But when did it become popular for, hey, Casey Jones, when did it become popular for people to go and get their natural teeth, your teeth that there's nothing wrong with you, and you go and get these veneers? Like, you go and get the, no, if you're an older person, I'm not trying to knock you. I'm just saying, like, when did it become like that, become popular? Like, everybody, they smiling now. It's like, when we was growing up, it was just brush your teeth, floss, go to the dentist, let them whiten it. I, I don't know. And people are spending money, like money to get, I call them old people teeth. No disrespect to the old people, but we know that's what old people, that's like dentures. You get your regular teeth sawed down, and then you get that in your mouth, but nobody's telling you, like, you have to get those replaced, or they might not, one of the screws might, it's so many different things. Like, I feel like if we start telling more people about our experiences, like, if you were somebody who was abused as a child, like, that's why I talk about my molestation. I'm not talking about it like a badge of honor. I'm talking about it like, hey, maybe you were somebody that was molested and you were trying to figure out, like, how do I get over it? I will be the first to tell you, you never get over it. You just figure out how to get through it. Like, there's triggers, there's things that's triggering to you. Like, it could be smells, it could be people, it could be places, it could be all of these different things. And it could trigger you at any time. It's you in that moment understanding, okay, this is what it is. This smell reminds me of this, and it's not freaking out, because our body has this thing called flight or fight. And sometimes, like, we don't know that. So we just fly off the handle or we do whatever, when it's just like, no, it's like control. It's like controlling your emotions or your environment or just having that. Like I will tell people like I would have really bad anxiety. Like this is so weird because I haven't had an anxiety attack in a minute. But I used to have really bad anxiety attacks and I was trying to figure out how what would make me have them because like I want to say from like 18 to like 35. Nah, I'm gonna say 33. From 18 to 33, I never had a panic attack. I will hop on the plane and be going any and everywhere. Plane, train, bus. I will hop on those things without a problem. I wouldn't be afraid. Nothing. No panic attack, nothing. I'm gonna say like 34, 35, 36, up until earlier this year when I went to Vegas with Mo and Vaughn and Vicky and all of them, like Danae and Leo. I didn't have a panic attack that time. I don't know. It was the weirdest thing. Like 18 to 33, I didn't have a panic. I didn't have a panic attack. 33 to like 40, I was having panic attacks, and I was just like, "What the hell is going on?" And then I started thinking about when I would have them and what was happening when I would have them, and it was just like, "Oh yeah, it's a no for me." When you understand your triggers, you understand situations and things, then you are able to like deal you're able to go through them. And I'm not going to say you're going to get over them because you won't get over them. They will it's going to always, your body will always, it might not be at the forefront of your mind, but your body remembers that experience. Your body's register things. Your body's register your body registers things. Whether you believe it or not, your body registers. Like when you were little and you got a whooping. So if you ever paid attention to like kids, if they got a whooping and you go to like reach for them and they do this, or even adults, if they do this, that is their body's way of like, let me protect myself. It's like your body remembers. You might forget, throw it in the back of your mind, lock it, put concrete, cement, steel. It's in the back, put a little vault. It's back there, right? Your body remembers all of that. Every one of thing. You won't forget it. And then if you don't deal with it, um I'm not going to say a time frame, but if you don't deal with it, you will develop coping mechanisms that you will live with for the rest of your life. So like if eating, like if you know like you don't feel beautiful or you're depressed or whatever, and eating is your thing. Like I think it was last Sunday. I don't know when I said this, but I said like I knew when I was stressed because I would go to the store and I would get a cherry Pepsi, two pack of Frito, 2 packs of Frito Lay sunflower seeds, and a king size peanut M&Ms. And I knew like anytime I got stressed, I was going to the store to get those things. And then I started putting one and two together. And you know what? Let me deal with the stress because the peanut M&Ms are not healthy for me. The 2 bags, when I tell you the 2 bag, y'all know there was the long bags of free, and I would eat both of those and drink, and because it was like you eat it, the salt, and then you drink the Pepsi, and then it like fizz, and then it was like, okay, I'm calm, relaxed, and I was like, no, let me deal with what is the stressful situation. I'm doing shit that I know I don't want to do. Why can't I just say no? I can't just say no because I don't want that person to feel bad. Why don't I want that person to feel bad? Because I don't want that person to not talk to me. Why don't I want that person to not talk to me? Because then that's going to make me feel rejected. Why do I feel rejected? Because my parents didn't. You see what I'm saying? Like once you get to the root of what that is, it would change your outlook. But you have to get out of your comfort zone in order to go backwards. That's that's something right there. Cause long as you in your comfort zone, you ain't gonna go back. You ain't gonna want to acknowledge that hurt and that pain. You're not gonna want to do that. Cause right now you're not experiencing hurt and pain. You are. But right now you're not experiencing hurt and pain. So you're just gonna sit. in that box that you don't want people to put you in, but you put yourself in the box. You're just gonna sit there because you ain't got no hurt, no pain. You ain't going through none of that. But in reality, you are. So I'm gonna encourage you to step outside of your comfort zone and go back. Go back to when you wanted to be a WNBA player, NBA player, you want to be a baseball player, whatever, you wanted to be something great, whatever it was. You wanted to be something great, and then you just settled. You just settled. You just settled for what you could get. Go back to that. Go back to the time before that when you was like, you was going to school, you was playing you was hooping all the time, rim, net, no net. Like you was just out there, just doing you. And then what happened? Did you have kids? And then you was like, oh, I got to take care of my baby, so I ain't gonna go, play. Or like, what happened? Because like. When you think about the situations, right? When you think about like when life started giving you like lemons, like your life was up here, and then the more life started putting on you, then you just came down here. You're like, shit, I'm grasping at straws, whatever I can get. I can't get no man to commit to me, but if he in a relationship and he'll come over every now and again, I'm gonna go ahead and grab her. If I can't get no woman to commit to me and she in a whole marriage, but she'll come over and hang out with, I'm gonna go ahead and grab her because I don't want to be alone. I don't want to deal with the things. Mike Tyson said something. It was during the interview with Boosie. And he said, the thing that I realized about human beings, he said, human beings don't want to be alone. And that's because they have to deal with the demons that they have on the inside of them. Now, I'm not saying you demonic or you got things, but I understood what he said. Because when you are alone, you don't have anybody to like talk to and like get over your problems. You don't have that. So now you have to sit there and be like, damn, um, my life is just really fucked up. I don't know how to change it. I don't know. I don't know what to do. And then you have to let go of the pride. You have to fucking let go of pride. Like a lot of people won't ask for help because it'd be like, I don't want these motherfuckers to think that I need them. When in reality, you do need somebody. You do. It didn't take me a long time to figure that out, but it was difficult when I said that. Like when I told myself, like, you need somebody, Chelle. Like you need to let people know that you in here, you could possibly die and nobody would know that you are even sick. Like you need to let somebody know because I'm over here like, yeah, it's just it's just period. That's what I was saying. But like I called my friend. I'm gonna do a video for him this week. I wanted to talk to his mother to make sure that it was okay because I know that they are having a tough time um with his thing. And so I called her like once I got the negative test results, I called her and I told her, I said, thank you. Thank you for telling us, number one, that he died from COVID. And number two, thank you for telling us the story. Like she told us the story about how he was sick for he passed away on May the 30th, but he was sick at the beginning of May, and he just thought that it was his sinuses. He was just like, "Oh my, I got a sinus infection," and she was like, she kept telling him to go, she kept telling him to go, but when it got to the highest, she said he went and found out that he had pneumonia in both lungs, and I was just telling her like thank you because I was literally in here like I was just happened with my period, but when I heard her voice I literally heard her voice say go to the, and I just got up and went, and they was like, oh, you have COVID, and I was just like so when I did my video about how it was being bittersweet, it is, I just want people to like, and I know like I can't make anybody, I can't manipulate you into, I don't have that power. But the power I do have is to tell you how fucking bad COVID fucking is. The power I do have is to tell you, like, don't wait till you get something fucking terrible happen to you before you want to like do right. Like just do right. Like if y'all been watching my channel, like I just been putting out positive. I've been putting out love. I've been saying I love y'all because I really do fucking love y'all. It meant the world to me. Like people, I didn't work out for 3 weeks, but people came and was just saying, I miss you. I hope that you are okay. Um, take your time, like just giving love and sharing positivity, like that meant the world to me. Like y'all didn't forget about me. Like if y'all would have forgot about me, I would have just appeared and but like y'all didn't forget about me. Like y'all was real life here with me. Y'all wasn't physically here, but y'all was real life here with me, and that meant a lot. Like even me sharing my story, it wasn't like, well, you got molested, so get over it. It was like like y'all understand, like it's something you don't just get over. Like people, especially people of color, love to tell you that. And that's because when I realized this in my life, in my 41 years of living, I realized when you start talking about shit and a person is uncomfortable, they quickly want you to move along through it. They quickly want you to stop talking about it. Or if you're talking about something that touches them, they become defensive. So now it's like, I'm defensive. I'm going to say something that is going to hurt your feelings. And I understood this, like, so this is what I was this is what I'm saying. Like I understand that most people, you tell them, you try to hold them accountable. Like I use the analogy of parents. You say, hey, I want to talk to you about, how I was raised, I felt like, or whatever. And the first thing that the parent is going to do, if they're not receptive, if they don't receive you telling them about their parenting skills, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to use guilt. They're going to say, well, I did the best I can. There was no parenting book or anything like that. But it's like, if you have more than one child, you should have figured that shit out. You should have. You could have wrote the fucking book. Like if you knew, like I just say this is how I treat people, right? I know how I want to be treated. I want to be respected. I want to be loved. I want to be talked to as I'm a fucking human being. I don't want to be yelled at. I don't want to I just treat people how I want you to treat me. Now, on some occasions, people, just be downright, y'all, we've experienced them. In some cases, people just be like, damn, I know like the world outside of my house is real shitty. There's some good qualities to it, but it's real shitty. So whenever I go outside and I see somebody, that's like people always used to be like, I ain't giving those people, to be standing outside of the like restaurants or the gas station in the middle of the high things or whatever. I'm not giving those people no money. They need to get up and get a fucking job. Actually, that is kind of like a job to stand out there every day and hold up a fucking sign and say and shake a little cup or whatever, or be outside asking for. That is kind of like a fucking job. They just don't have a regular job like you do. Like they don't complain about they fucking job. They just be out there because they know they need to eat or whatever they need to do. So I will give to those people. And one day my brother asked me, he was like, why do you give to them? Like, you're not worried about them going to smoke or drink or whatever. And I was like, that's not my business. I give to them because I put myself in that situation. I'm not in that situation, but I put myself in that situation. If I was out here, how would I want somebody to treat me? That's what I think about all of the time. Before I do anything, that's what I think about all of the time. Before I hit this button to come live, that's what I think about every time. What is it that I want to say that I wish somebody would have said to me? And what can I say about my week or or my life period that could help somebody? And this week is get out of your comfort zone. Get the fuck out of it. Like, get out. You gonna always have the key. So if you feel like you are too afraid or you don't got the willpower to do it, you could always run back. But get out of it so you can see that you deserve better. You deserve more. If you know you just in a relationship because this person don't require too much of you, you don't got to do too much. All you got to do is pay the bills and I was gonna say pipe them down, but anyways, just that. If that's all you got to do, you like shit. I don't got to do nothing else, and I get to drive your car. I get to be up in. I got a place to stay. You gonna make sure I eat. Like, why would I do anything more? Like people have been asking me, like, "Hey, are you ready to date? Are you your next boo?" All of this stuff, and I'm just like, I know this might be weird, but I'm gonna say what happened to me needed to happen to me so that I could see the value in myself again. Like we all know how valuable we are, but it needed to happen to me so I could see I was living beneath my means. I wasn't. I wasn't being 100% with myself. I told you I was half-assing. Mm-mm, not anymore. So, um, the next person that I date, whoever they are, I'm definitely not gonna dim my light. We not dimming shit around here. Either you gonna match my fly or be above me and encourage me to come up to you. That's where I'm at. Like when I think about that now, that's why I say I've been celebrating divorce. But when I think about that now, it's just like, oh, that is definitely a turn on. Like if you here with me and like we growing together, but if you up there and you like, oh, you can be up here with me too. I'm shit. Ooh. I was laughing because I was like, I'm single, not ready to mingle. I'm really not ready to mingle. Like, I feel like we all know at that time when we will be ready. I just feel like some people just be like, that I don't want to be alone. So let me just hop into this new shit. And then the new shit be worse than the old shit that you just got out of. And then instead of you taking accountability for the fucked up shit you did, you just be like, hey, I'm gonna just stay over here. I gotta eat this. I gotta take this L. But if my sister said something to me, she said, two little words can change people's lives, but they won't say it. I'm sorry. And I just thought, like parents, like you ever had your parent accuse you or something, and then like, oh, you moved this, and then they go and find it and it be in the exact spot that they said that it was. Do they ever come and apologize to you? Like you probably thinking like, oh, that's something so small, but I can guarantee you, you can think about something like that happened to you. It didn't have to be your mom; it could have been your brother, your sister, your grandma, somebody, and you could think about that. And then now, when somebody says something to you, you don't trust what they say because of that. I appreciate that. See, like most people don't apologize. They just like, well, you did something before, so I just was yelling at you for that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Ray and Tamika. I appreciate y'all for because y'all been rocking with me. I appreciate that. Um, I just know that I'm not ready. I know I'm not ready. I know I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's funny. I know that I just know that I'm not ready. I know that I'm getting ready. I'll say that. I know that I am getting ready because I've been in some places and hey, I know that I am getting ready. I know that I'm getting ready. It's a smile for me. I know that I am getting ready. I just know that I'm not ready to commit right now. And I realize that with my hair, like um this is the seventh, eighth month that I had my hair locked. And I've committed. Like I realized once I commit to something, I really commit. And I was just like, you know what? Um, I know I'm not ready for a relationship. Like I'm not even ready for a situationship. No, I'm not ready for either one of those. And situationships is everywhere. If y'all don't know what situationships I'm talking about, use your imagination. Two adults in one place at one time. Those are everywhere. But I know that I'm not ready because I told y'all multiple times life and I keep saying is because I haven't moved through that yet. Um so I'm not ready. I don't don't want to go into something new still having that. This is new, this is fresh. We are good. Um, hey, it is what it is. I was just loving when you be in a place where you could just think about shit and then you just smile like uncontrollably. Anyways, yeah, it'll happen. I'm not. At first, I was like, I'm never fucking getting married again. I kind of still feel like I'm never fucking getting married again, just because that was a lot. But I am not closing off the fact of somebody loving all of this awesomeness. I'm not closing that off, but I'm not gonna be out here for the streets either, because I know I deserve more than the streets, and the streets is ruthless, and I'm not about that life. Now, had I been in my 20s, that would have been a different thing. But I'm 41 now, and I'm a grown ass woman, and I need that or more. I ain't talking about senior citizen level, but I'm saying, and I need something. I need something. Fortune 500. I need something. You got to bring something, because I'm not taking nothing anymore. I'm over that. I'm not marrying potential. I'm not dating potential. If you ain't got that shit right now, it's a no for me. A no. But yeah, I stepped outside of my comfort zone. I stepped outside of my comfort zone. I was just like, they was like, so you would you date outside of? I was like, oh hell yeah, I will date outside of my race. If you are thinking about it, I'm not ready right now, but I will date outside of my race. I love black women all day, every day. Honest to repeat, all day, every day. I do, but I'm just open right now. I'm not open to like any and everything, but I'm just open. I'm never because I have the hmm because I understand love in a different way than most human beings. That sounded exactly like how I needed to sound. I understand love in a total different way than most human beings. I will never turn that off. I will never be like, I'm never going to be in another relationship. Like people kept asking me, and I'm like, no, I'm just not ready. Oh, but when I get ready, though, when I get ready. And I think this next relationship, because um this next relationship is gonna be different. It's definitely gonna be different. And I feel like it's gonna be different. I know it's gonna be different. So yeah. Sorry. Got lost in the moment. Thoughts. Um yeah, if you're not ready for something, don't take it. Don't take it on. Don't take it out. Don't. That's part of like I'm talking about stepping outside of your comfort zone, and I'm talking about a box. But it's like if you know that you are not ready for something, don't take it on. Don't because just don't because you only delay the thing that is meant for you. Ah, sorry. Um, my life is amazing right now, and I can't wait to share it with you all because it's amazing how you can go through so much shit in a year, catch COVID, be COVID net, all through all of that, experience some of the most amazing moments. I mean, amazing. Like now when I smile, it's just like my heart flutters, not from COVID, but it just flutters like it's I don't even know how to put it in words. It's just that. It's just that. That is what it is. Um I just want you to get out of your comfort zone. I want you to fucking live. Live. If you make a fucking mistake, be an adult or be a mature human being and say I made a fucking mistake. Like if you ever notice like when people like or little kids you ask them if they do something and the first thing they be like is no, I didn't do that. And then it only makes you angry because because they said they didn't do it, but you know that they did it and they know that they did it. But the first thing they say is, no, I didn't do that. I would encourage you, like, tell the truth. Tell the truth. Be honest. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with the people around you. See, to me, that's kind of like I'm just gonna say this, right? If you ain't on TikTok, TikTok has definitely be it definitely be helping my smile and letting like, okay, you good out here. Like it just does. I appreciate TikTok. But I know I'm not ready. I know I'm not. And I'm not one of those people I'm gonna hop in a relationship and I'm gonna use you to get over. I'm not one of those people. I like to deal with the shit that I'm going through and then I will, you know, move on and yeah, I'll do that. But right now, no, I know I'm not ready. And I could be honest with myself and say that. Like most people can't be honest. They'll be like, they'll get out of a situation on Monday, and by Monday at 6 p.m., they in a whole nother thing. All over Facebook, social media, like, ooh, we not me. I don't care to do that. I care to like heal. Like healing has been the greatest thing ever. That's like when I started, I was late because I took my mother to Denny's. She been wanting Denny's forever, and then she had COVID. Like we were supposed to go to Denny's before she had COVID, because it was her birthday, but we never got around to it. And then like we caught COVID, so we really couldn't go nowhere or do anything. And I was just like, let's go to Denny's. And so we didn't eat in. We just took our stuff to go. And she was just like, I really appreciate you, and just telling me stuff. And I was just like, that's so crazy. Because what if I wouldn't have took the time to like sit down and talk to her and understand where she came from? Or what if I would have never addressed the fact that the fact that I felt abandoned or I felt rejected by my parents? Like, what if I would have never addressed that? I still be out here people pleasing. I would still be out here being in situationships just so I can have people around. Like when I'm saying this shit to y'all, like I'm not just making this shit up out of thin air. I'm telling y'all, like these are things that I did, and I know people always be like, "Well, that was you. That's not gonna happen to me." Be time, but shit be happening to us not in the same format, but it happened in different ways. So if I can share with you what the fuck I've been through, and you could see, like, oh damn, that shit's fucked up. Wait, let me see where my shit stem from. Because if you don't trust somebody, it's not. Y'all, I keep moving because my back is. But if you don't trust somebody, it's not the person that you just met. You just met them. So how could you just automatically just not trust them? But we do that all the time, and we like to shift it. We like ping pong. We shift it on you. The reason why you the reason why I don't trust you. It's not them. It's something somebody else did. Like it could have been your mama told you she was gonna take you to the store, and then she forgot. And then the first time you was like, okay, but then the second time she forgot again. And she just never told you why she forgot or what happened. She never addressed it or nothing. And now what happens? You don't fucking trust anybody. If you can't trust your mama, you can't trust your daddy, who you gonna fucking trust? Nobody. You're not gonna trust anybody because the two people that's you're supposed to trust, you don't trust. So now everybody in your life have to deal with you not trusting. And yeah. And then you have kids, and then like I was having this conversation. I be having a lot of conversations. Y'all see, I like to talk. I've been on here talking for 2 hours. Um, I was talking to someone, and I was like, the whole little Boosie thing where he feels some kind of way about, or the whole gay agenda thing. Sorry, y'all, that was bothering me. Um, the whole gay agenda thing. It's like, why is it like who sat around and was like, oh, they're trying to push a gay agenda, so we gonna use gay agenda. But how come no one says anything when there's like heterosexual people doing things? Like you don't feel like that show is trying to, or you don't feel like those artists are trying to influence your child to be a drug dealer or influence your child to be a womanizer or influence your child to be whatever. You don't have those feelings. You're not raising your flag saying, "No, I don't want my child to be a heterosexual." You're not saying that. You're not saying none of that. So when Lil Boosie said, "Sure, my son," like you don't understand. Like you probably thought that was cool because somebody probably did that. You probably thought that was cool, but now you have fostered in your son, like, okay, it's okay for me to be with older women. When reality, that's not okay. Like that's not okay. Like a lot of shit that be happening is not okay. You more afraid about your child being gay, so then you wanna roughen your sons up. You wanna make sure that they only play with toys and basketballs and footballs and baseballs. Newsflash: there are gay football players, basketball players, baseball players. Like people are just gay. They don't like sprinkle a little dust. It's like you're born gay. Like some people suppress the fact that they are gay because they don't want to make their parents mad. They don't want to bring a bad rapport family. They're more worried about the people outside of them than themselves. So they will be unhappy their entire life just so that the people around them can be happy. Not me. It's 2021. Fuck, you should be living your best fucking life right now. And I'm saying this because somebody is watching this and they probably just like, I've been in the closet or I haven't been living my best life because I don't want my mother, I don't want my father, I don't want my siblings. You already know, especially if you are in a house of people of color. You already know they're talking about you being gay because that people be knowing. People know if you gay. People know if you gay. They know. They already know. They already been talking about you. You feel it. They don't like you because of that. You just live your fucking life. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's all I'm gonna keep saying. Every video, every live, live your fucking life. That's it. So what your mama don't like you? Your mama lived. Your mama lived her life. And if your mama don't like you because you gay, your mama is not fulfilling her duties as a mother. She's supposed to love you regardless. It don't say love your child until they become gay or love your child until they become a murderer or whatever. It doesn't say that. It just say love. Wow, Tamika. I'm sorry, y'all. Wow. Well, Tamika, when you get to that point where you are ready to like talk, I'm here. Like even we don't got to do it here. I'm here. Like my information is everywhere. I'm here. I'm here. And that's the thing. Like even like I talked about homosexuality. I don't know how many Sundays ago, but it's like a disease. It's like people think like that's going to change a person. Like I'm still the same person. My sexual orientation does not make me who I am. Like that's just one facet of me. And if you don't like me for like it's the weirdest thing. Let me tell you the weirdest things. Like people don't like gay people. People don't like homosexuals. They don't like that gay shit or none of that stuff, but they still be wearing the clothes that gay people make. They be wearing the shoes that gay people. They be wearing all this stuff but be like, "I don't like gay people." It's just like I say religion made it a huge thing. Like we're especially people of color. Like we know how families can be like we talked about it when I talked about it a couple of weeks ago about the young man who was getting beat up and then his sister or somebody shaved or cut gay in his head. It's like, why do you do that? And you only do that because you feel like that's wrong. Like you were taught all these many years, all this time that was wrong. But how come no one has a bad banner waving or saying, I don't want you to tell my child to be a heterosexual. I don't want you to show on the TV where there's a man and a woman kissing and having sex. I don't want you to show in the rap videos women shaking their ass. Like, how come you don't have if you're gonna do that with Little Nas X because he slid down a pole and was twerking on the devil, you should do the same thing with whoever. It should be the same. It shouldn't be no difference. If you're a parent, you shouldn't want your child to be listening to that anyways. Like, you're not playing nursery rhymes or like kid songs. Your kids listen to the same song you do. You like, come in here and do that little dance. Look at her. Ooh, look at her. She doing that little dance. And then she grow up and she, doing what adults do. Hey, I just think if you gonna have, it's like, so like y'all hate gay people. Hate us. I don't even know why you hate us, because if you think about it, we are some of the most loving people, most understanding people. Like, if you think about it, there is a whole community of people that are considered down low because you love our community, but you don't love us that much where you would be out in the open. And I'm not just talking about men, I'm talking about women. And I'm talking about a lot of people who be in churches and situations and be going on sisters and brother trips. And hey, I'm talking about everything. I know I don't care about I don't hey, I'm here to talk about shit cuz people don't talk about shit. We just let cycles continue, and then somebody snap out and want to kill somebody or want to kill themselves or do something like that. I'm not saying snap out like that. I'm just saying, like, they get to the point. I'll say that. They get to the point where they want to do something to protect themselves, and it's like, well, we knew a long time ago that it was going on. We didn't know that it was that bad. That's why I was saying, like even though COVID affects people differently, like molestation affects people differently. Like, some people turn to drugs and alcohol, some people turn to sex, some people just be like, fuck sex, I don't even care. And some people just can't deal with it at all. So they just no longer want to be here and they take their own lives. Everything affects other people differently. This is why I say we need to have a community of people. That's people that you surround yourself with, that love you, that you can do. Talking is so important because it is a form of release. Release. Strong people that you could talk to. And I say strong people because some people aren't able to handle your shit and their shit. So then it becomes a whole lot for them. So you want to surround yourself with people that are strong enough to carry you. You can carry them. Like, we just need to have strong people. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that, but I wasn't gonna say that because Lil Nas X, they was ready to send him to hell. But when Normani and Tiana Taylor, hey, I'm here for all of it. I don't even care because at the end of the day, I mean, you worried about this. Is what I was saying, right? People worried about what their kids see on TV or what they hear in music, but you're not worried about what they hearing in the next door. They hearing you beating on their mama, or they seeing you taking them out, and then they meeting up with another woman, and they like, that's not my mama, but you buying them ice cream or buying them shoes, something, so they don't say nothing. Now you bribing them. Like, it's so many different things that we're not even talking about that we need to be talking about. We need to. We need to start addressing the shit, the elephants in the room. That's what we need to start doing. And in order to do that, you have to get out of your comfort zone because we so used to being like, that's been going on for years and ain't nobody said nothing. Why would I be the person to say something? Because you got kids. You got fucking kids, or you was a kid, or you thinking about the next generation. If nobody said anything when you experienced the shit that you experienced, and the generations beneath you experience shit, when do somebody stand up and be like, you know what? The buck stops here. Go Bucks. Current Milwaukee, current champions. Anyways, but when do people stand up and be like, you know what? It stops here. I can't let it go. I don't want it to go past me. If there's a cycle of molestation in your family, your uncle, your grandma, I'm gonna tell you this, like, all the adults know. They know. They know what the fuck is going on. I'm gonna say that because they know. If they don't know for sure, they heard whispers about it. Do something. Do something about it because it affects people differently. It affects them differently. It either hinders their growth or sometimes it stunts it completely. Let's do something different. Let's do something different. I'm here doing something different because I usually will be silent. I'm actually the fact I just was watching my old YouTube channel. I was watching my old YouTube channel. I was just watching myself and I was just like, you know what? It's so crazy because the same person I am here on this channel is the same person I was on my channel. Like this was a channel before and it became this. And but I was watching my other channel and I was just like, damn, I've definitely been the same way. I mean, I just there's growth, of course, because I've grown from then to now. And I was just watching over here and I was just like, man, I've definitely changed. Not for the worse, but I changed for the better. And I appreciate the change that I've experienced because it has helped me accomplish so much shit. I accomplished so many things that I never even thought to like think about accomplishing, but being in the right place at the right time and having the courage to be like, you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all this, right? Somebody offered me a job. They offered me a job. It was a really nice position. And I was just like, you're only offering me this position because you know that I have the skills that you need for this other position, but you don't want to offer me that position because you wouldn't be able to stand me in that position. Like we don't you can't operate in that position. But we can give you this position and you know, you can assist that person over there. No, because I know the person that you're going to get and put in that other position if you know what I'm talking about. I know the person you're going go put in that position. So you don't want me to have that position. I politely declined. And I didn't feel anything after. And then, you know, shortly after they hired the person in the position that I told them they could have hired me for, it was just like, hey, we would like to what's your contracting fee? So you know my contracting fee is a little high because you know you could have just hired me, but hey, here's my contracting fee. Either way, you have to pay me. You could have just paid me, gave me the job and paid me, but no, you wanted that person to have that position. So now they got it, and you know they didn't know what they was doing, but because they was the flavor for the occasion, you hired them. Do you know how many times that has happened to me? A lot. I don't trip. I used to trip at first, like, oh, it's because I'm. Now it's just like, you know what I'm gonna do because I know I'm the most experienced, the most skilled person in this area. Um, I just set my prices, and I don't move my prices for anybody, especially when I know, hey, that's me being out of my comfort zone because had I not been out of my comfort zone, I would have been like, okay, let me take this job. And then I'm giving all of my information and thoughts to the other person in this job. And now they're taking my ideas like, oh, yeah, I thought about this. And I'm just sitting over here like, well, one day it's going to happen for me. Nope. Mm-mm. I got up, dusted myself off, and was like, oh, okay, you'll be back around. So let me make sure my shit is in order. And then they came back around. I was like, hey, you want to hire me? This is how much I'm and without hesitation, without hesitation. Before I told y'all they was hesitant, like, oh no, but without hesitation. So this is what I'm saying. If you get out of your comfort zone, yeah, it's gonna be scary. I'm not gonna act like it wasn't scary. It is scary. Because you never done it before. Anything you never done before, like literally anything you never done before is scary. But guess what? Once you get into it, once you get into a rhythm, it becomes like second nature. Riding a bike, it becomes like second nature. Like I haven't rode a bike in like a couple of years, but I mean, when I get on it, I know how to ride it. I just have to get acclimated with it. That's it. Really want you to get out your comfort zone. I want you to fucking live your life. Another thing I want to share with y'all, right? Um, Sometimes families are fucked up. And sometimes you come from a fucked up family, and it's okay for you to tell your family that they're fucked up. And after you tell your family that they're fucked up, it's important for you to change it. Don't just be like, hey, y'all fucked up and accept that they fucked up. Like, change it. Like, be the change agent for your family. Like, go to therapy or change it. I'm excited. I'm so excited that so many people are going to Texas. I really wish that I was going. I really do. In the back of my mind, I'm just like, I probably could just pop out just for the day and then just come back. But then I was just like, I probably want to stay there and do videos with everybody. Then I was just like, no, because I just want to give myself enough time to just be okay. And I'm not okay right now. I know when I went to Target, it's a no for me. I'm not okay. And then I was starting to think about the plane, like, oh God, it's a no. It's a no. But I'm excited for everyone that's going. If y'all wonder what we're talking about, Mimi from Rasta Swisher, Get Lit with Mo, is having a birthday celebration this coming week. And there's a lot of people going. And I was supposed to go, but COVID. Um, but I'm gonna be there in spirit because that's my peoples. Those are my peoples. Wow. My next thing, I want to go on a cruise, and I was gonna go on a cruise, but I was like, it's a no for me because I saw the story where the lady she tested negative for COVID, and then she got on a cruise, and they tested her again while she was on the cruise. She tested positive, and so she had to get off of the boat. And I was just like, it's a no for me. I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna just wait. I really want to go overseas, but with all of this stuff that's going on, I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna just continue to build my business. Right now, I'm working on redesigning my website for my business. So it's a lot. So many things that I have to do. When you say you're going to step out of your comfort zone and stop half-assing, I've been out of my comfort zone. But when you stop half-assing and you like on it, like I'm at a temporary website for my business. I was like, this shit is ugly, but I don't have the energy to give it anything more. And then I was like, I did a wireframe for it and mapped it all out, and I was like, "Oh, this shit gonna be dope." And then I talked to a potential investor on Monday, got some shit together, did the wireframe this week, and I'm like, next week I'm gonna build that shit out, and then I'm gonna have to hit up some other people because I'm experiencing app development. That's a lot. I told y'all when I go to where I can and I'm like, you know what, I just fucking build this website or I have to build it this week. I've wireframed it. I'm pretty sure I can do it because I wireframed it. But when it comes to the app, I'm gonna go ahead and let somebody else do that. That's what I'm gonna do. I know my limitations and I don't try to exceed them. Not anymore. I used to be doing everything, and then the potential investor was like, "You need to get a team," and I was like, "Well, I thought I had a team, but they wasn't ready to go to that next level." And she was like, "Most people aren't," and that's why I was like, "We got to get out of our comfort zones because we know, you could be winning, you could be winning right now. You know that you should be winning right now, but you're not because you're comfortable where you are. You like, oh, when I get to that point where I can get." When I get a lot of money, when I get this money, I'm gonna do. That'd be the number one thing in the colored community, not colored, the people of color community. That'd be the number one thing. When I get a lot of money, and I be looking like I don't try to compare, but I be comparing sometimes because I was like, some people. Yeah, I know what some people I'm talking about. Some people will go in their kitchen, see what they got in their pantry, and make a whole cupcake business and don't have nothing, but they just will put it like, "Hey, I got a cupcake business." Now people buying their cupcakes, and then they develop a whole business. Us, we'll wait till we get when I get a whole bunch of money, get the money. Then we get the money, and then we still don't do the business, and then we just sitting there and be like 20 years later, like, yeah, one day I'm gonna get the money. And then it's like, nah, just jump out there. Just jump out there. You want to start a hookah lounge? Just jump out there. Go to hookah lounges and see how they set up. Like people's like, "Oh, you taking my idea." That's why I said before, like one person wake up and start doing t-shirts, and then now everybody got t-shirts. You gonna start you start doing everybody doing tumblers. Like, why don't you be like, okay, if I'm looking and I see 10 people, like this what I say to the music artists I work with, right? If 10 people, you the 10th person in line, right? If 9 people ahead of you has the mixtape, they look like you, they sound like you, they're rapping about the same things like you, what is going to make me get to number 10? Oh, because I'm flyer, I got what about you is going to make me sit through 9 meetings, 9 different mixtapes to get to number 10? If everybody around you is doing the same thing, why not be the person to be different? I realized how different I was and I realized that I was really different my entire life. Like a lot of people I knew when we were growing up, they loved Rainbow and Simply Fashions. Oh, they loved it. I was like, no. I am going to Eddie Bauer. I stay Eddie Bauer to this day is my favorite. I don't wear it as much now, but it still would be my favorite. I remember when they came out with the trucks, I was like, yeah, I'm getting me an Eddie Bauer truck. I still didn't get one. I still didn't get one. But one day, I just might get one just because, I'm going to have it because I said I was going to have it. But it's just something about Fords for me. It's just a Ford, but I'm gonna get it just to get it. When they came out with the big excursion truck, I was like, "Oh, I should definitely get me one now." And now I got a GMC Yukon XL, so I could have just got an excursion, but I don't know, maybe one day. But I've always been different. And that's the thing that I truly appreciate my family for fostering that in me, to be different, to be an individual, to have my own mind, to think for myself and not follow the crowd. I appreciate that. Like we don't know how important that is. Like I remember you wouldn't see people with the same outfit on. People would get pelly pills. People would be having all kinds of stuff they got it from. And they wasn't trying to be mean, but it was like they don't want you to dress like them. So they wasn't gonna tell you where they got it from. Now it's like 6 people in the same with the same outfit, same shoes, everything. Everybody standing around like, bro, your shoes tight, your shoes tight. Oh man, your pants tight, your pants tight. Y'all got on the same thing. I don't know. See, like I that's what I'm saying, Ray. Like I'm not knocking you from doing the same thing, but I'm thinking if you're in the same area, if 5 of you, if you and 4 of your friends are doing t-shirts, who are y'all selling t-shirts to? If you and 4 of your friends are selling t-shirts, you and your cousin or your brother or somebody is doing music, y'all are pumping your family like, hey, buy me, support me, come to my concert, doing it. You're pumping your family, but we don't think outside of that. Like I'm saying, think outside of that. Like I said, if 5 of your friends is doing if 4 of your friends is doing the t-shirts, right? And you hear them and they like, dang, I don't know, I have a hard time finding suppliers, or I have a hard time using my circuit to cut these get the vinyl and do all of this, right? Why don't you be like, you know what, I'm gonna be the t-shirt supplier. So I'm gonna go and get bulk. I'm gonna get a partnership. I'm gonna set up a situation with the people that supply the t-shirts, and then they can come to my friends can come to me and get the t-shirts. Boom. Or how about you be like, you know what, I'm gonna be the vanilla supplier. So I'm gonna go get the machine, figure out how to do it, how to mass produce it, or I don't even got to get it myself. I could just build a relationship with somebody that could do that on mass quantities. Boom. Now I'm the teacher. Like, I know people hate LeBron. A lot of people hate LeBron. I don't hate LeBron. I think LeBron is genius for what he did. Him and his friends, I don't know if they was on the basketball team with him or whatever, but he took them with him, right? And whatever they was good at, he invested in whatever they was good at. Now, if you look at LeBron James, I think they was his teammates when he was in high school. But if you go and look at the teammates that he was in with high school with and where they are right now, like LeBron James people probably be like, LeBron James up here and his friends. No, all of LeBron and his friends is in the same thing. And like he made sure he invested. Like that's kind of stuff I'm trying to do with my life. Like that's what I want to do. I want like the people around me. I don't want you to be like, well, Chelle business is popping, but the people around her is just like, yeah. No, I want everybody around me to find their thing, and I'm a encourage you to do whatever it is that you do. If you want to do t-shirts, I'm gonna tell you a little secret on how to do the t-shirts differently. Like, don't just go grab somebody else thing and put it on your shirt and be like, "Hey, I'm doing t-shirts." No, like find something that is different that will set you apart. Like, I can see if like you got to click, y'all clicking, everybody doing t-shirts, somebody doing a kids line, somebody doing um a designer, like a upscale line, somebody just doing t-shirts and somebody just doing, throwbacks. Like I could see if y'all doing things like that, but if everybody is doing the same exact thing, that's what I'm saying. Like, where's the individuality? Like, I don't even want to be with somebody that look exactly like me. If I'm in a relationship, like I be telling people like people be like, "Oh, you like the match?" I was like, "I don't like. I like the match. Like, you ever seen like a guy and a girl do the matching, where it's like the guy have on one outfit and the girl have on something similar, but be like for the girl and not the exact same outfit. Like I like to match like that. Like that's how I think of matching. I don't think like you have on the outfit and I'm gonna have on the same outfit as you. Like I don't think like that. Nah, I don't. I don't think like that. I think like we have the same but different. That's what I be thinking. I love to see people when they have the same but different. Like if the guy got on the shirt or whatever, and he got on and the girl just flip, or not even the guy. Like if the stud or whatever, you gotta know what I'm saying. Like whoever has on one thing and then one has the other thing, but the color coordination is on 10. That's all I'm saying. I like that kind of stuff. But the matching, mm-mm, it's a no for me. I don't want to match. I don't have a twin. I mean, I do have a twin, but me and him don't even match. And the crazy thing is, when we were little, we would wear the opposite. So that's what I'm saying. I've been fly since I've been fly. I've been fly. Right now, y'all probably seeing me like, oh, we see you in this t-shirts, and it's because I'm at home. I'm not going nowhere. I'm just chilling. I'm chilling. That's it. I'm chilling. But I just want you to get out of your comfort zone. I mean, we're currently surviving a global fucking pandemic. What better time than now? That's what I'm gonna say. What better time than now? There's so much space and opportunity for you to be successful at whatever you want to be successful at. There's too much education out here. Um, too much education. I'm gonna keep saying it's too much education out here. It's too many things to help you be mentally strong. There's too many things to help you be um emotionally. There's too much information out here. We live in an information age. So you don't have to lack for anything. You don't have to just be complacent with where you are. You should strive better. You deserve better. Look at your life. That shit was horrible over there. If you are sitting in the spot like, man, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, now is the perfect time for you to get up off your ass and get to it. Y'all can't tell I'm wrapping this shit up. Um, Remember that it is important for you to use your words. That is the only way that anyone will ever know what you are feeling, and what you are thinking. The only way. I know a lot of people out here have psychic abilities, or they claim to have psychic abilities. However, I'm not gonna know. I can't read minds. I need you to tell me. I need you to tell me what's going on, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you want to do. I need you to tell me all of that. I will never do a live or a video and not tell you how important it is for you to love yourself. The most important person you want to love you is yourself. Love yourself. Know yourself. Know what you like, what you don't like, what you want, what you don't want. Know yourself. Trust yourself. If your mind tells you not to go, not to say, not to do, or to say, or to do, or to go, trust yourself enough to know what is right. And for the love of all things, that is, we are surviving a global fucking pandemic. Live your best fucking life. Forget your mama, forget your grandma, forget everybody else, and fucking live for you. The last thing you want to do is be on your deathbed and have some shoulda, coulda, wouldas of the things that you woulda did, because now you're dying with regret. Don't do that. Know that when it's your time to go, you lived your best fucking life. You have a story. You done shared your story with everybody else. You done shared your story with YouTube. People can go back and play you for forever. Live your best fucking life. If you haven't already, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. If you are on Twitch, go ahead and hit that purple follow button. Also, if you are on YouTube, go up to the community tab and vote for your favorite song. I'm so excited. I sat here last night, and I don't know if y'all can see this, but I wrote out all the songs that I'm gonna do for the rest of the year. I'm excited. I'm excited. I've been planning so much. I keep looking at my whiteboard because I've been planning so much, and anytime I put anything on my whiteboard, they always come to flourish, or they always happen. So I put some stuff up there. It's been happening. That's why I keep smiling. So yeah, I just want you to live your best life. If no one has told you in the first 9 months, this is the last week of September, you should, if you don't do nothing else for the rest of the year, this week you should rock that shit. Like rock it. Like if you're doing YouTube videos and you only do one video a week, do two, maybe do three. Push it. Jump out of the comfort zone. Do three. Rock it. If no one has told you in the first 9 months of 2028, yeah, no, 9 months of 2021, I will take pride in being the first to tell you I love you, I believe in you, you have every fucking thing you need to be successful right up in here. You already know. You wake up every morning, you already know what you should be doing, but you don't do it because you're comfortable. Get the fuck out of your comfort zone. That's all I got. I love y'all. I truly love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for coming by. Thank y'all for hanging out. Until next time, peace.